Hey guys, I just want to film a quick review of the different parts that I have on it, what I think of them. So far I have done Ford Performance lowering kit, the MBRP exhaust, bed liner, window tint, and a Roush cold air intake. The MBRP exhaust has been great. It has very little drone, and the fitment's good except for it touches the frame. If you hit like a really bumpy road, not a regular road, but if you're on like a really rough road, it'll kind of flex up and hit the frame, and it has a lot of reverberation. So I put a little piece of heat shrink or a heat insulation on there, and that muffled it down. But other than that, like it doesn't have any real drawbacks. I think it looks good, but it sounds phenomenal. I also put these little corners on. I got those off of Amazon for $10. And then I had to get the hardware separate because when the Ford dealership put this exhaust on, they took the flap that was here and then also took the hardware. So they just gave it back to me with just open holes. So I ordered the hardware off of Amazon for about $8, and then these low profiles were, actually I think those low profiles were about $40, but they look a lot better. So I got those as well. But the MBRP exhaust sounds awesome when you crack on it. It's really nice. And then you can see the Ford Performance lowering kit with the Eibach springs in the front. Those are 1 1/3 inches in the front, which I like that height off the wheel. It's got a little bit of space, but not too much. But it only does a 2.5-inch drop in the back, and even this is a 2-wheel drive. It still just has a lot of gap in it. So I ordered a flip kit from Beltec, and that comes in about a week. And then I'll drop it another 2 inches in the back, which will make it pretty much even. So that was $500, and the Ford Performance one was $600, so it's about $1,100. So I probably would have been better off just getting the like a Beltec 2.4, but it's okay. Learning experience. I will say though that the Ford Performance lowering kit, those Eibach springs, they are really nice ride. It rides like factory, but it's just a little bit tighter when you're going around a turn at speed. It's really nice. And then I put on a Roush cold air intake, and that was very easy to put on. I've had absolutely no problems with it. Took about 45 minutes or an hour. The only problem is the mass air here is a little bit bigger, I think, than 23. So if you don't have the spacer that comes with the kit on the right direction, it won't fit at all. And if you buy a Roush cold air intake, when you go to put this gasket on, because it's so tight, the rubber gasket start from the top and then start to pull it down, and then use like a some sort of tool and use it to push the bottom on. That's how I got it on a lot easier. So put this lip over the top, stretch it down, and that'll help you get it on. And once it's on, it's not coming off. It's pretty tight. But I know a lot of people say that you hear a sucking noise once you put this on. I don't hear that in the cabin at all, which is fine because I don't really want to hear that. But it definitely shifts better. So I don't know that it added any horsepower that would be noticeable, but it used to spin tires when you got on it in first gear and a little bit in second. Now it spin tires in first, second, and a little bit in third. So the throttle response seems to be a little bit more aggressive now that I have the exhaust and the Roush cold air intake on. But you know, that is what it is. So it definitely seems to be a little bit snappier, even if it didn't really improve the quarter-mile time probably. I have tested this now. I've got 1,600 miles on it. I did buy a draggy and just bone stock beef. I haven't tested it since I put the cold air intake on, but I got a 14 3 in it. So it's running low 14s, and I have rims and tires in the garage here that I'm gonna get put on tomorrow so I can make a different video. And then after that, the only thing left to do would be to put a bed cover on and then wait for Ford to drop Whipple. I think I've been looking at single turbo, double turbo versus Whipple, and I think for daily driver and what I'm doing with this truck, 2-wheel drive, I think I'm just gonna do the Whipple whenever it comes out. So I'll start squirreling a little money away for that, so that when it comes out in probably the end of August or September, I'll be able to get that. So drive it for a few months longer, just naturally aspirated, and that'll be it. But that's what I think so far. So MBRP exhaust, wonderful, great, definitely recommend that. The Roush Cood air intake, I had low expectations because online it says it doesn't make any difference at all for power, but it 100%, I think, in combination, at least with the exhaust, it does make a difference noticeably in the throttle response when you're really getting into it. And then the lowering kit, I like it. I don't mind that it has the rake in it. Honestly, I could live with that. It's just that the space in the back wheel well is just so much still. And the new wheels are 22s on low profile, so, but they're still the same size tires, so the gap is still going to be the same. So once that Beltec flip kit comes in, and I get that on there, then I'm not going to do anything else probably, except, like I said, bed cover and then traction bars and shock relocation in the back once I get it supercharged. But I don't really feel like the need to do that until that comes in. Also, when I did a 14.3 in the quarter, that was with the spare tire removed and the jack, which is about 80 pounds. So I lightened it up that way. But other than that, the truck is just so fun to drive. Anybody who's thinking about getting one of these, my father went out and got a 2024 Mustang GT. I love it. I think it looks great. But I really enjoy driving this. It's just something different. It has a lot of performance. It's got a lot of room in the cab. The 12-inch screen. I mean, it's just really nice. And like I said, it's just something different. And it turns, I get a lot of people stopping me in traffic here in Tucson and giving me compliments. So definitely consider it if you're thinking about ordering a vehicle, because you basically have to, I mean, I ordered this 6 months ago, so you have to pretty much order. You're not going to find this on the lot anywhere. So that's my opinion. But yeah, that's an update, and I'll make another video when I change some more stuff. Thanks.